Good morning, Dawn. We missed you last night, but I know you had a good dinner. It's important to entertain our husband and their friends. It's really important to them. It makes them feel so inspired, so lovely and so amazing and special. So I'm really glad you did that. But we did miss you. It was quite a nice night. I'm going to try to send this stuff to Yuko so she can download it so you can be able to see it. She'll maybe send you the slides like she did before. But we're hoping it was an amazing night. We had lots of fun, lots of people, and it turned out to be a fascinating evening. So I'm really, really happy you were there. And so, good morning. How are you this morning? How are you doing today? So it's a wonderful morning. Good morning, Pavla. Good morning, Faye. This morning is especially amazing. I'm indoors because it's pouring rain. But you know what? This is the time for us to get some rain because the plants and the flowers and my garden needs it. So we have to make sure it gets what it's looking for. So yeah, so it's raining outdoors. Hi Donato, good morning. And because of that, I'm inside. It's pouring rain, but it's warm though. It's 15 degrees. And it's wet everywhere, but the garden needs the rain. We ourselves needs a little bit of that to keep us going. Good morning, Nikki. How are you this morning? So it's a wonderful morning. It's raining in Toronto. It's a morning. It feels like one of those mornings you want to wrap up and just curl up, but we can't. We have things to do. We have lives to change. We have lives to inspire. So Dawn said Thursday morning missed you too. Yes, this is plus one of the co-workers is heading to Lebanon. Her husband went last week to visit the family and had a terrible fall. Oh, okay, so that's why you had to be with your husband last night. That's good. We have to support husbands. We have to support each other. I was having this conversation with a friend this morning, and one of the things is supporting each other, being there for others. It doesn't take long. The 20 minutes that you come to listen to the morning blessing and you greet each other, like hello Nikki, hello Donato, hello Don, hello Pablo, hello Faye, hello all of you guys that come in the morning to see it. It's not a huge amount of people, but it's such a close amount of people. Good morning, Loretta. Good morning, Yoko. It's a team, it's a family. And if one of you calls, the other will answer. If I call Don, you will say, hi, what's up? If I call Donato, he'll say, hi, what's up? And if I call Nikki doesn't know me in person, in flesh, but at least if I say, Nikki, what do you know about that? She will have an answer. That's what a family of friends do. You don't have to be blood family. The more you stand up for somebody else, the more you are there for others, the more glorified you get. I know for sure when I call Loretta, she'll go, what happened? I had to force Loretta to be on the live. You know why? Because she would call me on the phone because she was so concerned because as you guys know, I'm by myself. So I had to tell her, you need to get on the live because then you will see that I'm alive instead of worrying me and worrying yourself and worrying my cousin. So get on the live. So she did. So now if she doesn't hear from me for a day, she doesn't panic. So that's what a family does. Whether we are family because we think the same. We're family. You know how they say you go on a path and you meet people of like minds on the path with you? We fall into each other. It's like an accident. You pick up the phone, you made the wrong phone call and you met a friend. You pick up the phone, you're looking for a friend on Facebook with the same name and you met somebody new, like what happened to Dawn. I was looking for answers for something and Yoko had the answer and we became a friend. Loretta fell in love with my cousin and there she is. I met Nikki because of Donato. Donato met me because of being on a live. And we form a little tight-knit family. Pavlia said to me the other day, I don't know how I stumbled on you. But that is what life does. When you are a person that has a soul that is ready for success, a soul that God knows He has planted on this earth for something better than what we can dream about. That is what we have to learn to do. We all have to learn bigger. Let the bigger part of us evolve. Just keep going. Don't stop. Even when, it's not every morning I want to wake up at 5. It's not every morning I want to wake up at 5. I'm not ready to go to bed at 9. But I must go to bed at 9 because I'm thinking of all what I could do, who I could talk to, who I didn't speak to. Somebody sent me a note. Do you have 15 minutes last night? And I said yes, but by 9 I had to say no, I couldn't do this. Because I need to get up at 5. I cannot say the alarm goes and my body turns at 4:45 and I go, no, I'm not getting up. I cannot do that. because I know one of you will wait for this, to see me, to hear me, to know what we are doing, to feel it. So we are created so far. Look at where we come from. Look at the countries around the world that we represent here. Just everybody. We go from Tokyo to Iran to Japan, from New York to Toronto to Dominica to Italy. The seeds grow without any help from us. And here we are. And here we are standing, talking and greeting each other like long lost friends. Yet you guys have never seen a smile from each other. Imagine that. Ali comes and it's nighttime. Pavlia woke up the other day 4:30 because it was the first of June in India, and she had to be there with us. So when we have that magnificent group, you have to be grateful every day. We did 31 days of that, but it doesn't stop. When you're walking and you're going through, or you're sitting by yourself and you don't have a partner and you don't have somebody there, be grateful you have these people here, because that's what I do. Yesterday, I'm looking at this absolutely green garden. Tiny little birds coming. The garden is gorgeous. Everything looked like it's bursting. And I'm thinking, I wish my husband was there to enjoy it, because he loved that garden. To his dying words, all he wanted to do was sit in the garden. Yet this man did not know the difference between, he knew a rose bush because it pricked him once. But if I asked him for a tomato plant, he would give me a celery plant. But when it was time to harvest, he was out there with a knife and a basket cutting up tomatoes and eating them right there, breaking the asparagus, which he said took too long to grow. But anyway, he was having a dozen of them. And this is what I'm trying to say. We have things around us that we can share with others. Share it. Talk about it. Because in doing so, that's how we get where we are. There's few of you here in the morning. Sometimes there's a lot of you in there in the morning. Then I go back and there's 80 people that have seen their lives on Instagram. But that is, you're spreading it out there like that. But you are the core. Because of you, I am here. And because you come, I am here. And when you come, you stimulate me. When you come, you get me to think. I really don't know how I do this. I really don't know. All I know is that open your mouth and we'll tell you what to say. And that's what I do every morning. I open my mouth. Sometimes I what am I going to talk about? And then something comes up just like that. And today what came up was that loyalty. Loyalty. Like there's some people that will give and they give, and when there's nothing left to give, they just let go. And they say, take all of me. That's all I have is what is left of me. And when you meet those kind of people, you need to cherish them. Even if you're paying somebody a salary to work for you, the magical word is to be grateful for them. Yesterday, I called the guy that does the construction for me all the time, Joe, and I said, Joe, I need you to fix something on this step. Before I could finish it, an hour and a half later, I heard the door. Here he was with his drill, and he was fixing this. But I pay him when he works for me. This, he said no. But every day I'm grateful for him because he makes my life easier. He completes my life in the way he helps me. So when Yoko steps up, Donato steps up, Loretta will make, when I ask for one birthday cake, I get two. What I'm trying to say is that everybody does something for you. Be grateful for that. Whether you pay them a salary or not, be grateful. Realize that you could have the money to pay and you don't get the person to come. So when somebody steps up to you and the person is there for you at all your beck and call, whether it's a husband, an employee, a significant other, a mentor or coach, there's a gratitude that should go out towards them. You should think of them and think how wonderful they are, that they step up to assist you. They're helping to create you into a better human being. They're helping to make your life easier. And sometimes you have to forgo what you want to do for yourself to step up for them. Like when Dawn, I know how much Dawn from Knoxville wanted to be at the seminar last night. But Dawn couldn't be because the husband needed her to be with his friends that's going to Lebanon. You know what's happening in Lebanon. It's somebody fell there. But the point of it is that she had to let go of what was important to her to give him her support. And that's what we do. And if you cannot do that, If you cannot see the world through the eyes of others, then you need to seek whoever God you believe in. You need to go into meditation and you need to say, show me. Show me what it is you want me to do today. Show me who should I serve today? What little can I difference can I make in somebody's life? Sometimes it's not giving somebody money that's enough. Sometimes it's teaching them how to fish. It's giving them a hook and saying, here, put the worm on yourself and go try to fish. Because the fish I have is enough for those I have to feed. So that is what life brings for us. And we have to remember this, the thing in life that we have to look for every day is what we say after the word I am. I wrote for you, I am stepping through doors of opportunity. Stepping through doors of opportunity. And if you don't stop and step when an opportunity comes, then you pray and you ask for better, you wish for better, you desire for better. You mightn't pray, but remember, every word you say every day is a prayer. Whatever it is you say, you're praying. Whatever dirty and jealous, envious thoughts you have, you're praying. Everything that comes out of you is a prayer. And that is one of the things you have to remember. Hi, Ahmad. We missed you last night. And that is what you have to remember. Every time you think, you're praying. Every time you speak, you're praying. Every action you take, you're praying. And when you do those things, you're going to get the results of that. So every time you help somebody, every time you feel for somebody, every time you send a good thought towards somebody, it's yours. It boomerangs right back to you. So make sure all of those thoughts, ways, and attitude and willingness to share and to give and to learn is important because it just comes right back. It's reciprocal. Life is cyclical. Life goes in a circle. It's cyclical. It does not stop. It's 12 o'clock now and it's 12 o'clock again, and it goes on and on. So what we have to remember is every step we make, it affects us, but it affects those around us. And we think that's what it's going to stay there, but it comes right back to us. C'est comme ça. That's how it goes. It always comes right back to source. And you are the source. You are the creator. You create those thoughts. You create those feelings. It's going to hit you right back. That's what you have to remember. You know, and the distractions that people make you feel that you're less than, they are there to prevent you from living freely and joyful. And you have to recognize that. But that person's opinion of you does not dictate how you live your life. You have the only person who is in charge of that. You have the key. You have the key to open a life of freedom and joyfulness. And if you take that key and you turn it over and you give it to somebody else, then you're not living your true self. You're not living a fulfilled life. You should not let someone else hold the key to your life. You can take it and don't jump and grab somebody else's key. Let them feel, let them take control of their key. They say we can take a cow to water, we cannot make it drink. You can beat your head against a stone to help someone to be the person you think, you envision them to be. But if they don't have that vision and that version for themselves, you're hitting your head against a rock. And the only head that will hurt is yours. Each of us choose our path. We can dream big dreams, huge dreams. All I know for sure, good morning Debbie, is that there's a bigger dream that is being dreamt for us by our Creator. The thing is that we don't stop to see it. So you must remember, when somebody sends distractions at you to prevent you from being the real you, remember that is just a distraction. It's not a fact. You are born to live freely and joyful. You're born to create better. You're born to seek higher. You're born to have thoughts that are empowering, not only to you, but to others you see. And when you create those thoughts, you are creating them as part of you. And as I just said, it will just go back. Cyclical. It's cyclical. It goes round and round, and it comes right back to source. Source is where the creation of those words, ideas, and attitude comes from. So make sure they are there. Do not be afraid to teach what you know. Do not be afraid to help someone. The thing, if you read Bible, scriptures, books, whatever, it will tell you that what you do, you live in a tail at the back of you. My grandmother said it to my mom, the tail at the back is much longer than the tail that you start off with at the front. Meaning that you have a legacy through your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephew. If your nephew hurt, your sister or your brother will cry. They hurt. You will hurt for them. So we have to remember that our actions to help others also helps our family. We leave fruitful trees behind us. We leave a nice legacy. So when you step up to help somebody, do not do it grudgingly. If you do not want to do it, then just don't do it. But if you're going to do it, do all of it. And there is always somebody that will come to you and tell you, if you're doing that, you should get paid. You get paid by releasing some of what is in your cup into the cup of others. You're making room for what you just gave out to come back bigger and better, maybe not like you saw it. You might not see the results of your actions to help others, but your ancestors, your children will see that. Those behind you will see it. And that is why we live our life like this. We must learn to be the best version of ourselves we can every day. And when we get a critic or a distractor, as I call them, remember their job that they decided to create today was to make sure that you live a fearful life without joy. That is it. I can tell you stories of clients that will come to the bank first thing in the morning, and I swear they come and they are angry as a rum, angry. And when you look at them, they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account. And they come and you can see they have come to destroy you today. Their job is to make your life unhappy. They will come to get this month. May had 31 days. I guarantee you, all around now, people are still doing calculation to figure out how much to give somebody on a $5,000, $100,000 interest that was in the bank for 31 days, but it really said 30 days. So they come in there and they want that 35 cents. The thing is that though, you never see a Brinks truck following a hearse. And I saw it so many times that it didn't. So it came to a point where I would just, on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th of June, we would just line up 35, 25 cents on the counter at the reception desk. As they come, here you go, Mr. Jones, here you go, Mr. Smith, here you go, Mr. This, and give it to them. Because it was easier than sitting out and doing the calculation. We know they're coming. But that is it. Then at the end of the day, you also see that there comes a time they have no control over all that money. But they came every month to make your life a living hell. The only satisfaction you had, they have to go. They must go home. They must go home. And you keep saying, they will leave, they have to leave. So you stand there and you bear it. So these are distractors. And they come in all sizes and shapes. They come in all ways. They pick up the phone to tell you how horrible you were at what you just did, which they don't have the guts to do. They tell you how horrible you look, and they haven't taken a look in the mirror. So that's why they tell you in scripture, be careful you're taking out this tie in my eye when you have a beam in yours. They cannot see the beam, but they can see the little tie that is in your eye, and they want to plug it out. They want to tell you what is wrong with you. So these distractors, you have to learn that when they say that their opinion, their behavior has no bearing on you living a free life full of joy. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys this morning, is give a little more than you gave yesterday to something that you care about, or something you haven't given thought to recently. If it means you haven't read, pick up your book and read a little bit longer. If you mean you haven't gone and practiced something you want to do it now. Do not wait and say, I will do my exercises, I'll start doing that exercise tomorrow or next week or next year. That will turn into 10 years from now, and you're still saying, I'll do it. And when you try to touch your toes, you will not be able to come back up. Why? You lost your flexibility. And then you're going to sit in silence. You won't share it because it will hurt too much. When I had the opportunity to, I didn't. When I had the opportunity to, I didn't. Last night on the seminar, someone said to me when we were talking about money for vacation, and they asked, how much money do you spend on vacation? And I said, I cannot answer that. The reason why I cannot answer that is because it's really one of the most important things in my life, is having an annual vacation a few times a year. I haven't been able to do it in 2 years, but I planned for it for years. I prepared for it. It's like you prepare your body to run a marathon. It's like the Olympics. You prepare for that. So I prepared to make sure that was going to be taken care of. So it would be maybe astronomical to someone, but that was a purpose, a plan. What is yours? I told them last night to live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later on. And that's what you have to do. So look at your life and decide what it is you want to have when you're older. In 5 years, in 10 years, in next year. What do you want to represent for you in 12 months? They say by then we will be able to step out of our house. Right? So what plans are you making about that? I keep saying to you guys, the world is going to blast off because humans don't like to be trapped. We've been trapped for 2 years. There's going to be opportunities for each and every one of us to do something better. Whatever business you're in or whatever business you're dreaming of being in, start getting ready, because you'll be on the forefront. You're at the beginning of the race. You'll leave the block sooner than the other racers if you are prepared. So do not let the distraction of COVID keep you in a cocoon. And do not blame COVID because you're not being successful at what you want to do. You have to pivot into something else. We have to turn around, and we have to find a way to interact with each other, because we can because of COVID. But do not blame COVID. COVID is a distraction. Another distraction. It's not only a distraction. It kills people. But its job is to prevent us from living free and be joyful and seeing the darkness and not seeing the light. But every time there is a crack, light shows through. It doesn't matter what breaks. The minute it breaks, some light is going to show through. And what you need to see the truth is light. So, sending you light and joy so you could see the truth. This is your morning blessings for today. And we have to read them. My son Michael, that would live. My son Michael, he didn't know. He calls at that time. It's unusual. The world must be spinning on its axle somewhere. But Michael does not call at that early morning. But you know what? He has 2 sisters. He can drop in on them by calling them. So I'm waiting to hear what he has to say. But we have to read our morning blessing thing. He's going to answer. He's going to call on another line. Sons are persistent, but he's alive. So this is what we have this morning. So those of you that are still there. We have the butterfly at the lake, right by the lake. And then we have this at the lake house with the duck going in and to bring the boat in. But this is what we're going to read today. So today's blessing is to know that you can. Yes, you can. Even if you believe you can't. Remember, believing that you can't only takes away from believing that you can. So even in the face of doubt from others, push forward while knowing that yes, you can. Taking small, frightening steps towards your dreams is breaking the belief that you can't. It's the thought that gets the limbs moving and gaining unstoppable momentum towards accomplishing your dreams. Push those steps forward and move towards achieving your dreams. So I didn't know what I was going to read. I didn't know what I was going to open either. And today this is what I got. I'll read it again. We talked about the distractions, right? Today's blessing is to know that you can. Yes, you can. Even if you believe you can't. Remember, believing that you can't only takes away from believing that you can. So even in the face of doubt from others, push forward while knowing that yes, you can. Taking small, frightening steps towards your dreams is breaking the belief that you can't. It's the thought that gets the limbs moving and gaining unstoppable momentum towards accomplishing your dreams. Push those steps forward and move towards achieving your dreams. And the butterfly says, so this is why we have the duck going in at the lake house, right? So stepping into the water, it may be a little bit frightening. Today's blessing is the blessing of caring. Caring is a virtue. When we hear the word caring, it brings feeling of love, comfort, compassion, and softness. Every day we're given enough of that virtue to use throughout the day. We should find occasions to be caring with our interaction with others. This includes holding the door open for a stranger, letting someone in a hurry get ahead of you, saying hello instead of giving a cold stare, and giving a smile instead of a frown. Caring. Isn't that wonderful? So we had that. I'll read this one again just in case. Is the blessing of caring. Caring for others. Caring is a virtue. When we hear the words caring, it brings feeling of love, compassion, comfort, and softness. Every day we are given enough of that virtue to use throughout the day. We should find occasions to be caring with our interactions with others. This includes holding the door open for a stranger, letting someone in a hurry get ahead of you, saying hello instead of giving a cold stare, and giving a smile instead of a frown. Sending you light and joy. Have an absolutely wonderful day. And we'll see you tonight. Again tonight, we're going to have some changes, as we always do, as we go through Financial Literacy Night. So I am hoping that, thank you, Donato, caring is a virtue, it is, that you guys join us. And those of you still have a chance because it's 21 days of learning. Send me a DM, send me an email, and I'll send you the link. You can catch up because we go back over what we did yesterday, which is really the first real day. And then we move forward, and there are different things. We're not only talking about debt. We're going to be talking about investments. We're going to be talking about buying homes, doing this. I found out somebody who didn't really understand something last night, and I dwell on it, so I'm going to bring it up tonight. So join us at 7. I'll send you the Zoom link, or you can get it from somebody you know who's in there. And have a wonderful morning. And I'll see you guys sometime today. So have fun. Talk to you all later. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody. And thanks so much for coming. I should check to see what you said. I don't know what Michael did with all of my comments when he called. That's why the camel doesn't show the guys of the needle. Who said that? Only Donato would come up with that. Yes, it is Donato. Such mices and happiness becomes them. It's true, you have that. Don't let your ego be your amigo. I love that one too. I've often heard those saying, what others think of me is none of my business. That is so true, Don. I love that. So guys, I keep hoping to see you and Pavlia, thank you so much. You're such a good thing. I'm going to talk tomorrow about who's getting the books. I got one person, 2 people, so I'm waiting for somebody else to send there, or a few other people to do that. So take care, everybody, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye.